Okay. Got it? Okay, Bernard.
But anyway, that is not the end of the story.
I got it.
So we arrived in New York City on the 18th of March. Okay? Because, well, we went from France to London. We spent a couple of days in London, then took the ship, which only took 5 days. And so we arrived in New York, but we had to go to Syracuse, New York, which was Syracuse, New York, I mean what? Suburb of New York, you know. But we found out it was 300 miles away. So we had to take the train. First we went to Union Station, and my brother and sister were hungry, so we took food from the machines. And man, it was terrible. We were not used to food like that. Especially with a bread, you know, you take a piece of bread here. It's glued to your mouth. So anyway, really.
She went.
Oh, okay.
She's probably
So
heard
anyway,
story.
we took the train. We arrived in Syracuse at 1 o'clock in the morning. And we didn't know where we were going to go. I mean, so, but anyway, people knew, because I corresponded with my aunt's, my mother's attorney, okay? So they knew when was coming. So when we arrived in Syracuse, we were greeted by a lawyer who supposedly knew a few words of French, just like I know Greek. You know? Anyway. And then he had with him another couple who claimed that they were somehow related, maybe 20 times removed, who knows what, because I never heard from them. But anyway, they picked us up and took us to my mother's place. Okay? We got there about 1:30 in the morning. Freezing, snowing, cold. That's like New York, you know. And knock on the door. She opened the door. She looked. She said, 7 of them? They're not coming in this house. So she says, I'll take the oldest one so he can work for me. Okay. So the lawyer said, look, it's cold, freezing. They're tired. Let us in. I'm not letting nobody in. If I let them in, I'm going to be stuck with them. So I'm not going to let them in. No matter what happened, she would not accept us. So then the lawyer finally decided, says, okay, I'll tell you what, I'll take the 2 girls home with me. And the other couple says, okay, I'll take 2 of the boys home. And let myself, my other brother was born as me, and my little brother, the youngest one, because the youngest one had his finger by my pencil. And wherever I was going, I mean, he was only 7 years old then, he wasn't going anywhere without me. Okay? So she agreed to let us sleep there for the night, and we get back together. We got back, they came back all. The next morning, he talked and talked and talked. There was no way of getting what we wanted. They only wanted me. And then I was so furious that she had also like a man working for a bench there who was repairing shoes. And I saw a hammer. I took the hammer and I was going to kill her. I mean, I was so bad. And my brother Ben jumped on me and wrestled me to the floor. And Benny, don't do that. And then, so after that, we walked out. I never saw her again. That was the end.
Who was she, your mother?
My mother's aunt.
Your mother's?
Aunt.
Aunt.
Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, I walked out, never saw her again. So
Cool,
then we had a
cool.
problem. What we're going to do with 7 people.
Okay.
Okay? So the lawyer says, okay, I'll keep your 2 sisters temporarily until we find out what we can do. Then the other couple say, okay, I'll give the two brothers, my brother Joe and my brother Clyde. And then they had twin daughters. That couple had twin daughters. Okay? And one of the twins had a little boy about a year older than my little brother. So she said, okay, I'll take him. So I'll give my little son company. And then Ben and I, we rented an apartment in some building. Right? So that was okay for the time being. But the lawyer's wife came down with breast cancer. Just like that, okay? He had a daughter, so he said, look, I cannot take care of your sisters, and because I've got her and I've got to do my occupation to work. So I said, I understand that. So he knew some friends in Syracuse by the name of Rudolph, which were very well off, you know. So he asked him, but that couple had already 3 kids. Okay? They had 2 daughters and a boy. So he asked him if they would take my 2 sisters. She said, okay, we'll take them until we find out what we can do. So that was fine. Then my little brother, who was with the daughter of the couple, comes down with breast cancer.
Comes home with what?
Breast cancer. 34 years old and died.
Oh.
So he had this boy to take care, he couldn't take care of 2 kids.
Yeah.
They had to, but everything like that going on, Syracuse knew about all what was going on because we had a picture in the paper and all that. So anyway, there's a couple in Syracuse who he works for sometimes Jewish organization who takes care of different kids, a bunch of kids. So when he heard that, he said, well, let's take my little brother temporarily. That's fine. And then my other 2 brothers went in the foster home, which was good. It was a very nice woman. She didn't have a husband. She only had a son, older, and then so okay. Then Ben and I were together. And so then what ended up eventually is that the couple, my little brother, and their son, who was also a year older than Jack, were getting along so good that they said they would like to adopt my brother. Okay? And then the people who took my 2 sisters said they would like to adopt my sisters. Okay? Which was so nice because they already had 3 kids, you know. So I said, well, it's not up to me to say yes or no. I said, what I'm going to do is, I'll take my brother and sister together. We'll go have a little picnic in the park, and we'll talk about everything. So we did, and then when I asked my sister how they were treated, you know, they got along in the way. I said, well, they said those people did not make any difference between them and the other kids. They just were treated the same. They were very nice to them, and they wanted to stay there. And my little brother the same way. So I said, okay. So they were adopted.
Did you have to sign papers?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Well,
I had to sign
where
papers.
are they now?
Well, 3 passed away.
Okay.
One of my sisters died when she was 39 from breast cancer.
Oh, she's the one that had it.
Yeah, and then I had a brother, 45, the youngest one, at 7-year-old, he died when he was 45 from, he had an aneurysm on his heart, and they did surgery on him, and it was successful. However, his kidney failed. Then I got another brother who passed away. He used to live in, he lived in Simi Valley for about 30 years, and then he sold his place and moved to Las Vegas, and he passed away a couple of years ago.